And we live, man. Welcome to Wealth is Gangster, another episode of Mindset Mondays with my partner Van on here. You know what I'm saying? We running late. I'm running late from the thrift shop. We all over the place today, but we want to stay consistent and at least still come and present, present Mindset Mondays.
Come and present, My bad.
You good? You good? You good? You good?
Trying to get the shit on.
So how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good. Blessed, Can't complain. Not one bit, bro. Can't complain.
Happy belated birthday, everybody. You know what I'm saying? The guy just went around the world one more time, around the moon, the stars one more time, man. So
yeah, bro.
Congratulations on another year in the books, and just like you say, that's what I on my birthdays I'll be like, okay, now it's time to go to another level. What I got to do? You know what I'm saying? Because you start feeling it's not really that you run out of time. It's just that when you got so many dreams, you want to hurry up and get to start touching them. And that every time that birthday come around, it makes you realize the things that you're going after, what you need to do, how you need to focus, and how you need to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one of the things like birthdays lately have been a time to really reflect, a time to really say where am I? Do I feel like I'm moving in the right direction?
Yeah.
What's next? How do I go bigger? How do I go harder?
Yeah.
So,
that's why I like doing stuff with you, because we think similar. I've been saying that for years, man. Birthdays made me reflect on what I did this past year, what I didn't do, what I should have had did, and what I need to really buckle up and get a hold of, as I get older. Like I tell people, I'm not scared of getting old. My thing is getting old, poor, and then not reaching my goals. That's the biggest fear, not getting old, because I want to get old, because the other side of not getting old is mean you die young. I don't want to do that. Yeah, man. So tonight gonna be a little shorter than normal. We're running late, but the topic I've been thinking about. I was talking about the other day with one of my partners. I was talking about just raising the standards, and it goes with Mindset Mondays, because a lot of us we and where we from, we're just happy to not be in jail, not be dead. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah.
And
it just exists.
Yeah, and it's crazy. It's like, nah, we should first of all be born going after more, striving after more. You know what I'm saying? With more goals and more things to achieve than just don't die, don't go to jail. This and that third. So when I hit you with the raising the standard, what's the first thing come to your mind?
What I just did, like for my birthday, I went to Dallas. And the thing was not to go to Dallas and just go out and explore the city, which we did a little bit of that, but was mostly to sit down, isolate, think about where I'm at, what I need to do, right? Because for me, man, like you touched on it earlier, but completing the mission.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know if this is the right thing to say. It's not about dreaming big versus I feel like I have that big dream. So taking those steps to achieve it in the right way, making sure I'm going in the right way. So I hear raising your standards. It's like, I'm here. What do I need to do to be where I want to be? What do I need to do to accomplish my next thing? And it's easy to me to kind of get lost in that because I have family that's always making sure I'm staying positive. Oh no, keep going. We're proud of you. You doing good. Don't be so hard on yourself and all that. But it's still the goal you have achieved. And I feel like I'm closer to my goals than I was, but I feel like I'm so far away to where it feels like I'm in a 2-minute warning. I'm in my 2-minute offense every day. Like,
yeah. Nah, I definitely get that. I feel like that, but that's just that inner pressure of us because we want so much, and that's just the way our mind ticks, right? Because you'll get people like, "Oh man, you doing this, you doing that," and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know I'm doing something, but it's not as big as the way you perceiving it. You know what I'm saying? Because me, really, I feel like I should be doing a lot more, and it should be a lot. So you kind of balance it. You got to balance knowing that you achieve some things, and that your mindset. Because we have to realize it's normal to us the way we think, but we got to realize it's not normal to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so,
Yeah.
so once again, our standards are different, though. You know what I'm saying? So most people will be happy with just having this, getting by, existing. But the way we think, no, it's not. That's the farthest thing. Just getting by, just existing that's not living to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's that's a funny thing because you never want to disrespect anyone,
Hello, amazing, beautiful.
at least intentionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you could dream so big that it'll intimidate
Yeah.
those that aren't big thinkers, and you'll find yourself surrounded by more small thinkers than big thinkers and start questioning yourself.
Yeah.
Am I capable? Can I really do it? So
Yeah. And my thing is that's why I want to talk about this. And matter of fact, we're probably going to elaborate on it next week. You know what I'm saying? We have a little bit, because I want to dive in it, because this is what I talk to my youth about all the time, because the bar has been set so low for them that just making it through high school is supposed to be like one of their biggest goals, right?
mm-hmm.
But why is no one telling them that you can graduate with high school with honors and still be at the bottom of the totem pole at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? But other groups know this. They teach their kids. They go through all the same schooling and stuff, but the conditioning of the standards are so much different in the household. That person that's going through school, that the standards up here, and the person that's going through school with the standards right here, they're in two different worlds, even though they're at the same school.
Man, I just started thinking about accountability.
Yeah.
When you said pressure, when you saying that accountability, right? So to want more, to be the kid to say, I'm going to build a company. Yeah. To say that out loud allows people to hold you accountable for that. And we see people would rather see us fail and have us as a joke of things and the butt of it. And to me, that stops us from even going for bigger things as our community.
Yeah, because we're taught the biggest thing in our community, if you make it to the NFL or the NBA, like that's where we go to. Yeah, that's the pinnacle, or you become an actor or something like that. Sports and entertainment, and no one's saying is like you can't be a Jeff Bezos. You can't. Words are Elon Musk. And I was listening to 19 Keys, and I love when he was talking about, and he was like, when you talk about the our community, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who do we put on a pedestal, or the top thinkers? Other groups got top thinkers, the top thought leaders. They got all this. We have the top basketball player, the fastest sprinter. You know what I'm saying? Like why? And that's what I mean when I say raise the standards. Like what I battle with every day is the failing mindset of my kid is going to make it in sports, and I hope they do, but the numbers say you're a lie, right? Mm-hmm. So if the numbers say you're a lie, even if you want to put them through sports, why are you not raising the standards when it comes to, it's an educational program? Now you're gonna get in this. Mm-hmm. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't learn about stocks, but you're gonna do it. I'm gonna force my kid. And I was listening to a guy. He's a millionaire, right? And he wasn't right. His dad was an everyday hard worker, but he said what his dad instilled in him. I'm working hard, so you'll never have to do that. So you're gonna learn about finances. You're going to learn about all the stuff I never did. See, you don't always have to be in that lane to push the next generation to go to that lane. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of our elders, older people that know they grew up. I'm gonna make it in sports. They didn't make it. Everybody around them didn't make it, and they still wake up and tell these kids that they gonna make it in sports. Like when are that group gonna say, like me? Everybody I grew up around, they say we all supposed to make it in sports. Some had kids, some went to jail, some, everybody went their different routes in life. So when are we gonna say, did nobody make it out of my class? Did nobody make it in most classes? And we still push that same narrative. So it's not a bad thing about sports, but let's raise the standards and say you might not make it in sports, but you can buy a team. You know what I'm saying? At 18 to 20, if you don't make it, your professional career is kind of over. But most people become millionaires and billionaires in their 40s. Not from sports, you know what I'm saying? Not from sports, you know. So that's what I mean by raising the standards. Let's push them to where they probable of making it is bigger. Even though a lot of businesses fail, your probability of making it is still better than sports.
Yeah.
It is not against sports, because a lot of people take that as against sports. It's about raising the standards. Sports or entertainment should be third or fourth in the league. Let's give them skills, tangible skills, and a mindset. And when I talk about finances, right, I'll be like, okay, I bet you we can cut homelessness in half for our community, because most of them people are not just people that's on drugs and stuff. Most of the people just they was in the job, they lost it, and they didn't know nothing else after that. Their whole career, their whole life was in that one job. But if that same person knew, like, well, you know what, I've been invested in this, I know about real estate, I know about this. They had so many different options. If that job fired them, they just gonna move on to the next. So you know what I'm saying? But no one in the community ever raised that standard to know you can't just be good at this sport. You can't be just good at this. You need to have different little skill sets just in case that this go wrong.
I think cool. Like for teenagers, define what's cool is natural. So I think for teens, that's natural. So we can't change, tell them don't find what's cool or this is cool and this is not cool. We have to change the definition of cool.
Yeah.
For sure. So like what you're doing with the CEO Academy, Wealth is Gangster. Yeah, we're changing what you consider cool. It's not cool to walk around carrying a gun, terrorizing your community. It's cool to build up your community. It's cool to help some of those flowers bloom in your community.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's a huge part of it. And like I said last time, we're kind of that first generation to really look at even having the opportunity to build, you know, or taking it as it's a lot more of us. It's a lot more of us than it was in our parents.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely, and I had these topics. Matter of fact, me and my mama got our first business meeting tomorrow. You know what I'm saying, for her smoothie shop and stuff. And so it's been taking me like the last 15 years of her seeing me, 15, 20 years of business going up and down, for her to finally be on board. And she's still not all the way there, but I'm kind of like dragging her now. You know what I'm saying? And like I told her, it's not your fault. I think we talked about this already. You gave me the skill sets that grandma gave you. You know what I'm saying? But it is our fault if we keep passing that down to my nieces, my nephew, when we know that's not a winning strategy. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was a winning strategy at 60, I wouldn't be trying to make sure that you never have to work for nobody, because you're always talking to me about a job. So that lets you know that can't be a winning strategy. You did everything right. You go to church 2-3 times a week. You know, everything that America say, if you do, you'll end up in the right position. We got to be real and say, no, not always. You know what I'm saying? Not most of the time. Not always. Not most of the time. So we can't be scared to, and that's what we have in a lot of our community. And I came up with that term, wealth shaming, right? Because when I talk like this, a lot of people, oh, you think you better? Are you worried about his money? Are you worried about his this and that? But them same people are the people that stressed out to death about money, stressed out about bills, stressed out about this, because what they do, if you're talking about money and the other person can't get none, their first thing is to go at you in defensive instead of taking it in about what can I really do to change my situation or change my kids' situation or my grandkids' situation. Even if you can't change yours, what can you do to make sure that they're in a better position? And that's what I mean about, we got to stop being selfish and stop being hard-headed with losing strategies. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell them to raise the standards, we can't think on this low level and just say that's good enough. Oh, my kid graduated. No, your kid should have, in middle school, we should already have your kid a business. Let's raise the standards. Like like Dr. Boyce always say, every black kid should know how to run a business. You know what I'm saying? Not that every black kid gonna end up owning a business and then what's up, Bam? You know what I'm saying? What's up, fam? You know, Bam always tapped in with us. But not that everybody's going to run a business, but if you just give them that skill set at a young age, even if they go to work, they still got that seed in the back of their mind. They're still capable. They're still equipped if something go wrong. And when I started the CEO Youth League, the first thing I thought about is options. I said, just giving kids more options. I don't know. I can't tell this kid, are you going to be in stocks? You're going to be in the real estate. You're going to be into this. But I'm going to give you a little bit of all these skills, and you figure it out. Or we can figure it out together. I keep pouring into you. You kind of feel your way through it, and whatever we see that you take off with, let's get behind it and push that. You know what I'm saying?
Amazingly beautiful. She said, give back to the community. And when she posted that, first thing that popped in my mind was, if you could change one person's thought, you change their household.
Yeah.
You change their household, you change their block. You change their block, you change their neighborhood. You change the neighborhood, you change the community, you change the community, you change the city. You change the city, eventually you change the state, you change the state, eventually you change the nation.
Yeah.
So what that looks like is in a CEO Academy, having these conversations with these youth, and whether their parents know it or not, they go home and start asking their parents questions.
Yeah.
Now that parent is going to find out some information on their own because they don't want to
be, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
My kid knowing this, I need to know a little something about this.
Yeah.
Right. That's raising the standards, you know?
Raising the standard.
Yeah.
And then that kid becomes a teenager. Next thing you know, they're a senior in high school looking at a freshman and junior like, man, you don't know nothing about this? That ain't cool.
Yeah. Nah.
You know, so.
And that's what we, like my first event, right? I had, I think, 12 or 13 kids sign, become stockholders.
Mm-hmm.
That was raising the standards. And the reason I did it, like you said, making it cool, most of them had Nikes and Jordans on. Mm-hmm. And what to make it cool, okay, if y'all got Jordans on, everybody at school got Jordans on. So the way you can be cooler than the other people with Jordans on, if you got a stock in Nike, now you own a piece of that company. So that's now they like they eyes like this. Now they cool, but they cool and they shareholders. You know what I'm saying? Now they're in a whole different game. Just that quick little mindset switch just changed the narrative in their life. And they don't even know it. It's not a, sometimes we think about changing the narrative like this big change. It's little changes, it's little thought processes, it's a little different information that you never got before now. Like I said I think last week or the week before, when the parent came to me and said, my kids in there playing like they own business. She said they never did that before in their life. I crept up to the back room. They normally playing, you know, guns, you know, all type of games kids play. She said they was out there. She said, I don't know what you're doing with them, but they was out there playing like they had a business. That's raising the standards right there. When kids, millions of kids playing like they own businesses at 9, 10, 11 years old. I didn't play like that at 9, 10 years old.
Oh, bro, I just thought about something dope.
What's going on?
Maybe we can pull the community together, right? We'll come together. Let's say we get about $200. I'm even good for it. I'm trying to find the people with the food stamps.
Yeah.
Let me get to 200 for the 400, right?
Yeah.
And we take these kids, we go buy that little Starburst pack from Sam's, the Starburst and Skittles. You know, hey, we gonna graduate you to even just selling candy. If that's where we got to start you, this is your starter kit.
Yeah. Just let them know that you don't got to do that illegal stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Last week, a week before, I had a conference, a sit down with the superintendent at Bartlett ISD. And I love that what he said.
Remy?
Huh?
Is that Remy? I forgot her last name.
No. It's in Bartlett. No, it was I forgot, Mr. Koshak or something.
One of the ladies, she's in. We have a huge Black motorcycle community in Central Texas.
Yeah, I've been noticing. I ain't even know nothing about it. I'm just now finding out about it.
Yeah, I didn't notice how big they were. But there's a lady named Remy, and I believe she's the principal of Rosebud.
Oh, Rosebud, okay.
It's a Rosebud, or she's a superintendent of their school district or something. One of those two.
Yeah, and see, what he was telling me it's illegal for them to do that. But when he after he talked to me, he was like, I didn't even punish that kid. I just talked to him, told him it's a way to do it. But I told him that kid that you just help that kid become more of an entrepreneur because he's not doing nothing illegal. It's just It's just protocol for school that he's not supposed to do it. But if they would have got in trouble, he would have got arrested or whatever they would have did, that could have broke his whole spirit from trying to be that entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm excited about when I get to come help and speak with the CEO Youth League.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to, hey, let's form companies right now. Like nobody position, everybody have a turn to be a CEO, but we need a CEO, a marketer, and boom, everybody's gonna get a turn.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna get, let's put this system together.
Yeah.
And it's just my wishful thinking. But what happens when we have 4 friends in 9th grade start their business? By the time they juniors and seniors, we done got them LLCs. Yeah. They got proof of concept. Yeah. Now they're going off to college, and they even go to 4 different colleges because that's what they choose to do. But now their business just expanded in 4 different territories, you know, and just keep them growing little by little. Just keep them growing, keep them motivated.
Yeah.
Then even going a step further and saying, hey, look, as a community, we're putting together the CEO Shark Tank.
Yeah.
You know, and we need y'all to invest. If we only have $1,000, then one of these kids are going to win $1,000, but you're going to get a percentage of their company. And we're going to ask you to donate at least $10 to $20 every month. Now these kids have a plan that we feel is worth supporting, getting behind, has longevity.
Yeah.
But now they have the support system, and we're creating our own stock system.
Yeah.
Let's create our own stock system. Man, I saw the little dude that FTX or whatever, the crypto that went out a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about my entrepreneur journey. And when I walk into some of these banks, when I walk into some of these people, they're judging me on every little thing. And I'm looking at this Caucasian guy, and he can't even talk on TV. I know if I would have seen his face before, seen an interview before, he wouldn't have got none of my money.
Yeah.
None of my money. No. And the one thing that I don't like about the stock market, and I'm probably just a hater like Kanye, but man, we're like, these companies are startups. We're funding them to get their companies off the ground. When we got a bunch of people that look like us, and it's like, man, who's helping us? They're telling us, you got to wear a blue suit with a blue tie. That's a power suit. You got to wear a red. You don't got a red tie. You don't. Like, dang, every little thing is going up against me, and I'm looking at this dude raise all these billions, and he can't even put together a sentence.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The system is built for that, and if we don't build our own system and institutions, we're gonna still be 50 years down the road still saying the same thing. Because it's crazy, man. I listen to a lot of old Malcolm and a lot of old different videos, right? Some of the stuff he was saying back then, it's like he's still alive now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it's 2023, and the things he was talking about in the 60s, it's the same.
It's the same thing. Balance of the bullets and all. Like, man,
we still going through the same thing. When I was at that last State of the Union, they was up there talking to the Bell County commissioner and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're you know, and I said it, we got to get out our feelings and get out our emotions and understand how this thing operates. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We can't be upset about who don't know that no matter what a local city passes, that the state and the federal government still overrides that. Like, that's common sense everywhere. That shouldn't even be an argument. So if we really want some change, that means we got to go towards the state and the federal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's what I'm saying. We got to stop being emotional and just understand the game that we're in and understand how to play it. Like, crying and whining and fussing is not going to get nowhere.
Mm-hmm. We could like, man, learning this system from different ways too. We do a lot to reduce crimes in our community. And I believe without a lot of our organizations, our community ran organizations in every community, not just here, crime would be a lot more out of hand.
Yeah.
You know, but then there's also the side of it where the state and federal gives each city money for keeping crime low, reducing crime, and all that. So if you're any part of that reducing crime situation, you're entitled to that money, as it comes in. So just like you said, finding ways for us to put ourselves in those situations.
Yeah, so and like I say, Andy, we started late, man. So we gonna, like I say, we're gonna continue this next week. But wrapping it up, give us something about raising the standards that we need to do as a community. And like I say, next week we're gonna have a part 2, and then we'll add on to whatever we do. We got a full show. Sorry that we're a little late tonight. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna keep the time. We're gonna keep everything respectful on the time on both our ends. But let's end it off talking about somewhere we can pick up from next week. Raising the standards as a community, things to things we can do.
Raising the standards as a community. One of the first things I think we should do is learn together, right? Learn together. We all have different pieces of the puzzle. We all know different things. So let's learn together. I'm good at systems, creating systems. However, I'm not good at just going out. That's what makes us kind of dynamic. You put it together, I'm gonna put the system behind it. Let's get it cracking. So being able to, I don't know, bro, because my mind just went. We got to be humble. We got to be humble, right? Being bougie and humble. So what I mean by bougie and humble, be bougie about the information you're receiving. Make sure it's right. Get every little piece you can. Question it, all that. But be humble to somebody that doesn't have that information too.
Yeah.
And sometimes I know I'm guilty of it. I get frustrated with people and they just be trying to learn, put it together. Bro, you got to know this already. And they don't. So meet people where they're at and let's move together. We're only as strong as our weakest link. So if you feel like you Hercules, I commend you on being Hercules, but we got to go find the weakest link so we can all move forward together.
Yeah, no, I love that, because I was gonna follow up with saying respecting each other. You know what I'm saying? That's how you can raise the standards, because respecting each other and being teachable. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we think we know it all, especially when we kind of know we feel like the person that's talking to us don't really know what we know. And it's okay. Like we can learn from. I don't care. I have changed my mindset, right? And I used to be like that. Like you say, we all guilty of that. But now I realize that learning is a life thing, right? I can sit down with a baby and learn something. I can sit down and watch a cartoon and learn something. It's like really no situation you can put me in where I can't learn something. You know, I don't care how little or big it is. I can learn something because that's the way I'm thinking now. I'm thinking to learn. You know what I'm saying? So
like they say, you can learn a lot from a dummy.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes learning what not to do is way more important than learning what to do.
I was just about to say that, man, because I got some older men that I grew up with. I wouldn't follow nothing they do, but I've been telling people for the last 10 years, they was still valuable in my life because they showed me what not to do. They showed me what to watch at. I seen the pit, the holes that they fell in, and now you know what I'm saying. So the way I eat, the way I don't do this, the way I don't do that, that's a product of my older dudes that I've watched since I was 12. Now I'm 40, so they 60 something. And I see how they body breaking down, how they lost everything, how they, you know what I'm saying? I watched all the bad things and the bad habits that they did and how they ended up, and that shaped the way I move still to this day. So you spot on with that, man. You spot on with that. But like I said, man, we're gonna go ahead and end the show. We still hit the 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So that's a good solid show. We was running late on both our ends today. So, but next week we'll be back at 6 o'clock sharp. We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to home in on that and give y'all the full hour. We're gonna have a continuation of raising the standards, and I'm gonna have some things that I'm gonna break down because this is a practice that I'm raising with my family, right? I talk to a lot of kids and I talk about the community. Then I look around and I got 12 nieces and nephews that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like all over the place. So this is a practice that I'm teaching. I'm having family meetings once a month now to make sure what everybody doing and how can I do it, man. My niece had a meeting today about the business I started for them 3 years ago. She played with it. Now she's ready. She joined the workforce. She went through all that. Now she's like, nah, Unc, I'm ready to jump in. You know, sometimes you got to get everybody not on your time. You got to give them their time. You know, I used to get frustrated with people, man. Y'all playing, y'all. Now, my mama finally coming around. Like, so as what I'm doing for the community, I had to check myself and say, hold on, how you doing this for the community and your family not putting it together, and we not running as a unit, and we not building as a conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I love about this, because we're not there yet. We're still, like you said, we're still learning. We're still figuring it out. And us getting in front of the camera talking about it as we learning, as we building. Like, I'm loving all the merch I see back there. You know what I'm saying? Like, my boy on top of his game. You know what I'm saying? When we first got on camera, he had his girl over there. They're in the kitchen whipping it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting that merch on point. You know what I'm saying? But that's raising the standards. That's a power couple right there. That's couples that's working together. Instead of just coming home, we eat supper and go to sleep. Now we building, we thinking, we plotting together, we talking it out together, and we evolving with one another, man. So these are the type of things in our community that we gotta push, we gotta share, and we gotta make cool, like you say, and put on a pedestal, man. So I salute that. I just want to throw that in because that was a good moment that I love when I see people build together, because that's what we need more of.
Well, speaking of building together, I want to shout out Amazingly Beautiful, Bam, Miss Bowers. They're constantly supporting us, and it's a two-way street, right?
Yeah.
Like we're trying to give stuff that's impactful, but without y'all, it makes it that much harder. At least y'all are here to support us. At least y'all are here to comment, and I know we both really appreciate that. And I'm gonna make this the last thing I say so we can wrap it up. I know y'all gonna be on next Monday, and we know we're gonna be talking about raising the standards. So bring something to us too. Have a question for us, have something, and let's go from there.
Let's make it more interactive, man. Because, you know, we still kind of new to it, so we building, but we definitely want to start taking in questions and taking in feedback and saying what's on y'all mind. Because at the end of the day, this is about the community, us building together. So why not build with the ones that's holding us down, that's in the chat, and that's rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? So I salute y'all. This was another episode of Mindset Mondays on Wealth.
Hey y'all, look, we're gonna put on this spelling bee in Temple. Spelling bee on in Temple.
We got to talk tomorrow because I need to go ahead and get that registration form and all that stuff together, man. So I'm glad you brought that up, man. So let's chop it up tomorrow. And if you got time in Temple, man, I want to walk by so I can walk you through the location we thinking about getting, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just text me after 11. After 11, I can move all about.
Okay.
But bruh, like, we're gonna put that on. We're gonna make it cool. We really are hoping y'all continue to support us and even support us in putting it on. If your job could sponsor any type of way, if you go to work, ask them if they support nonprofits. Ask them what nonprofit needs. We got the paperwork. If they don't and they just support community, we need that support, bro. I got a plug for us too.
Okay.
I just met with.
Okay.
But support us, because we're not trying to do this just for us. We're not trying to do this just for you. We're trying to do this to inspire our kids and create change within our community.
Facts, man. So love for everybody tapping in. I'm sorry we had a short show tonight, but like I say, I want to be respectful because my guy back there putting in that work, man. We got, you know what I'm saying? I need to grab some of that merch, man. I need to have me a be great on purpose shirt one time or something. You know what I'm saying? I gotta support the family. So we're gonna tap in, man. But this was another episode of Mindset Monday. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody that's going to end up watching this. Because I see even though everybody don't be in, our after watch is going up too. So I should just salute everybody that's tapping in with us, even if it ain't live. We Mondays at 6 if you can meet us live, but if not, share it, like it. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, tell a friend about Mindset Mondays, man. And we're gonna keep coming with the content, man. So once again, thanks, man. I'll be talking to you tomorrow after 11. See if we can tap in together. It's supposed to be raining, but we'll see how they go. But
that's even better.
But man, you have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Let's keep building, man. Love.
All right, peace. Love you. Love y'all. Continue to be great on purpose. Peace, y'all.
Peace.